Hello friends, this is Sherry. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. Come on in and let's do some crafting together today. So today I'm trying to use something that is underused in my craft room. I have quite a collection. I will show you the collection maybe sometime today. I just took out these are file folders, and I took out the ones from the packages that I've opened. So I have a lot of non-open packages. You know how if you buy them at Walmart, I've bought them at Walmart and Dollar Tree, all of the ones I have, and they're wrapped in, like, you know, that clear cellophane or whatever. So anyway, I have these open. This pattern here, let me show you. I have a few of these. This is really pretty pattern. I mean, I got them all because I thought they were pretty, and they are pretty. So like this I got from Walmart. This was in one package, all these little colors right here with the different shiny, you know, blingy type polka dots. And so yeah, these were all together in one package. Aren't they pretty? And then I got these pretty ones from Dollar Tree and this pretty one from Dollar Tree. So I'm not going to be able to use all these today. I just wanted to kind of take the ones out, like I said, that have been opened. Not very many. I guess I used the rest of mine. I made some tags and used some. And one thing I used some for was making little ephemera folders. So this is one I had sitting with my file folders to use it. Of course, I keep forgetting to do anything with it, but the pockets weren't, I already had it cut out and everything, but the pockets weren't put together here. So I wanted to see if I needed to sew them or if they would stay together with Fabri-Tac. And I needed to, I put the Fabri-Tac there, and then I needed to put the little binder clips because I just wanted to kind of like pop off. And so while it dried, I put a little binder clip on, and it looks like they're glued down just fine. It looks like they're dry now. So if you use something like this, you might need to use a little clamp of some kind on there to hold it together while it dries. But it's a little ephemera folder that I had made out of one of these file folders. Then I had another little scrap down there, and I just cut it a little bit and made it into this size for a journaling card. So like, you can further decorate these or use them as is. Put a little tab or something on here, but cute little, you know, and they're cardstock, so nice little strong whatever you want to make out of them. So this one I wanted to experiment with a little bit because I've made lots of little tiny, you know, like mini file folders before, but I've made them with cardstock, and I've never made one out of a file folder. I made smaller file folders out of regular size file folders. So I took this one. It was like this, you know, just a regular size letter size file folder. And I cut the bottom off. I measured, I wanted it to be about 3 inches high plus a tab. So I cut off 3.5 inches this way, and then I cut it 4 inches. I wanted it to be 4 inches wide, but the last one, of course, if this is like 11 inches wide, the last one's not going to be 4 inches wide, right? Because it's not 12 inches long. So I had 3 pieces, and this was the smallest piece. So I went ahead and experimented on this one, and you can see it came out super cute, a little mini file folder. And I make these with my envelope punch board, make the little tabs. So it's a cute little, really kind of professional. I think it's like a professional looking, like regular file folder that you would make from the store with when you use your envelope punch board for these little tabs. So I'm going to show you how I did this one with the other couple of pieces here. See, these are just the little pieces from that fold that I showed you that I cut off. And you know, then you have it just a piece like this, and see how the top is even. So I make them different when I make them from like cardstock, scrapbook paper, or whatever. I make them a little different. So with this, I have these 2 even edges. So first of all, I started off once I got these pieces and cut off from, I say this is going to be my front. I cut a 1/2 inch off the front. So let me grab my ruler, and we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. Let me start it so I know what I'm doing. So I hope everyone had a great day. I had a very busy day at work today, but it wasn't too stressful. So I'm just measuring my 1/2 inch where I'm going to cut here. I'm trying to get on the line, and cut my 1/2 inch mark because I want it to be right as far as the measurements on here. So I think that looks right there. That should be 1/2 inch. So I'll cut both of those, and I'm saving my little strips. I've been sewing my strips together, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'll figure that out later. So, and this one too. So I'll decide that this is the front. They're both the same, so it doesn't matter. And cut a 1/2 inch off of here. Let's see, about right. I usually don't get this precise, but I want these to be right, you know what I mean? I mean, I do get precise, but I have different ways of measuring. Usually, I guess I should say, I usually don't measure with a ruler. I have other ways of measuring, right? Okay, so that looks like a 1/2 inch. All right, so then you've got where your front is lower than your back. Okay, so then I go over to let me move some of this out of the way for the moment, and then we'll bring it back over if we use it. All right, put that right behind me for a minute. So I'll bring my envelope punch board over, and I can make my little, see, I made the tab on this side, and I can make my tab on any side I want. I can make it on the side, I can make it on this side, I can make it in the middle. I think just for demonstration purposes today, I'll just keep it over here on the left. So let me go ahead and cut this. So all I do is take my edge here and put it, if you have an envelope punch board, you put it in the middle of your little opening here, you know, the little opening. If you don't have one, I'll show you how they work in case you wanted to, you know, invest in one at some point. Or if you have one and you've never made the little tabs or file folders with your envelope punch board. I've done this video before, but I was, you know, like I said, I always use scrapbook paper. So anyway, you put your little line here right in the middle of that opening. So, and it makes this nice little curve here. I really like that. I think it really looks pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and punch that. Okay, and then you decide how long or how small or how long you want your tab. That one I put on the 2. I like this one, so I'm going to stick with that. I've done it at different you know, different length tabs, but this one I like. I feel like making the little bit bigger tab. You have plenty of room to write something on there, really, and it's plenty big enough and not too big for the file folder. So I'm going to stick with that for right now. So I have this lined up with the 2 right here. And then you just punch again. All right. And then I just cut the rest with my scissors. You could use whatever you want to cut with here, but I just like to be able to see what I'm cutting. And I just cut an even line right here. Now, if you want to draw a line with pencil on there or something, if you don't think you can cut it straight, go ahead and do that. I usually end up cutting it straight, so it's just a little bit right here, and you just cut right up to that little, you know, right up to the tab pretty much, and it just pops off. And now, see, I don't think that's quite even, so I'm going to cut off another sliver here. It's going, I think it's going out this way slightly. Maybe you can see it. So I'm going to cut off another piece. So you can cut it with your paper cutter if you want. I just always am afraid I'm going to go into my tab, so that's why I like using my scissors. So there we've got that. Let's go ahead and let's keep these at the same progress here. So I'll go ahead and cut the tab on this one. Whoops, I always do this side first. Okay, and then over to my 2. All right, and cut the little piece off. Let's see if I can do better this time. Okay, that looks good. Looks pretty even. Still a little slant there. All right, that looks good. Where'd that second piece of paper go? It disappeared. Oh, here it is. It's over here. It must have been stuck on my scissors, and it fell off over there. Okay, so that's too small to save. So then, see how this one looks? Let me remind you. I round these 3 corners. So I'll show you just with my corner rounder. I just round this corner. Now this does have a corner rounder too. You can use that if you want. I don't know. I'm so used to using this one, I kind of forget about that one. But of course you don't have to have, if you have that, you can use that as a corner rounder. So there you go. See how nice it looks now? All done. That quick. So you can really hammer these out pretty quickly. So I thought I would do that with some of these file folders. Just make some little mini file folders to start. Oop. That one didn't come out quite right. Let me get it in there. There we go. Okay, and then so I have, once I make, cut that bottom fold off and I make my 3 file folders, I have left, let me bring this back over, these 2 pieces here, which I will decide what I'm going to do with these later. These are a light blue on the inside. And actually, let me show you. Let me see. Yeah, I'm glad I decided on that for the front, because there's a blingy kind of silvery polka dots on the front, and on the back they're not blingy. They're polka dots, but they're not blingy. They're different, like browns and blacks and whites there. So very pretty. I'm glad I kept the blingy on the front. So yeah, I have these 2 pieces now, so I'll have those left from each file folder, and I can make more file folders out of these. Maybe we'll do that in another video. So since we use this color, let's do, and these are polka dotted too. Maybe if we have time, we'll make some more out of the polka dotted ones, but let's do a flower, or this one, which is very kind of retro 70s looking. Let's do this one. I want to see how these look. These are gonna look cool. I love 70s retro looks. So now this will be from the very beginning. These are my cuttings from the envelope punch board. Oh no, yeah, that's what those are, I think. So like I said, they're gonna be 3 inches plus ½ inch, so 3.5 inches up from the fold. And I just put it in my paper cutter. Measure my 3.5 inches. So about right there. Right there. Okay. And then we'll cut. It's a little scary, but I measured, so it should come out right. So there's our extra pieces, just like I had on the other folder. These folders are built a little bit different, but that's fine. We will figure that out at in another video. So see, here's my fold. Okay, so now we're going to cut in 3 4-inch segments, and I think those came out just fine. So I like the measurements there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 4 inches here for the first one. We'll see how these come out. There's one, and then another 4-inch. Now I could divide it evenly. If you want to do that, you can. If you're doing this, if you want to measure your file folder and then cut your pieces evenly. I just kind of like the 4-inch one, so I want the 4-inch ones as much as possible, and then I'll just make the last piece a smaller one. And I think the smaller one was cute, so I'm sure I'll have a place to use it. So let's see. Then we just, these are both the same on both sides, you know, no difference really. So let's go ahead and cut our 1/2 inches. Let's see. Yeah, so if you have some file folders that you don't know what to do with, this is a possibility if you would like to have some little mini file folders. So we're cutting off the 1/2 inch off the front. Again, like that. I'm saving those strips. So I thought about, you know, I just like this idea better. I mean, I could make more of those ephemera folders like the one I showed you, but I kind of really wanted to. I really like these mini file folders. There's so many uses for them. Like you can just use them as a standalone little thing you put in your journal. You could glue them down as a pocket and glue the sides together. You could glue the back down and have it, you know, just as a pocket and have the back open, and then have the front flap flip down as a writing spot. So, and I'm sure there's several more, you know, the things that you could do. I just can't think of them right now because I'm trying to think about what I'm doing, but you know what I mean? There's just so many things I'm sure you could do with these. Okay, my 1/2 inch. Okay. All right there. I think these are going to be cute. These little kind of 70s looking ones. Kind of like, they're not paisley, but they're almost paisley looking, right? And the colors and the little swirls, kind of psychedelic. Maybe that's even 60s. Okay, so now we do the tab. Let's cut our tabs. So you don't have to open that front part up like that. You can if you want, but it cuts just fine if you do it like this. On the two, shaping up. They shape up pretty quickly once you get going. Once you get kind of a rhythm going, you could just mass make these and have a bunch in your stash. It could be cute little cards, like make a card out of them, or a note card, like write a little note inside to put in something, happy mail or whatever, you know. Let's see, did I cut that straight? There's a little scrap right there, or a little, yeah, a little scrap. Okay, there we go. Now we cut off our little strip here. See, there's all my cuttings. Those little things just come out the back of your envelope punch board here, and then you just, once in a while, throw them away. Or do whatever you want with them. I throw them away. Okay, let's see if I can cut this straight now. The first time. Woo! Did I cut it straight? Just about. There's just like the tiniest sliver right here I want to cut off. Well, maybe not the tiniest sliver. It is a tiny sliver. Okay, that looks better. And now this one. I don't want to draw a pencil line on here because sometimes, you know, if you even though you can erase it, you know, if I don't cut it off, then you might be able to see it. And I have tried to use my cutting board before, but like I said, I think I sometimes accidentally cut into my tab, and I don't want to do that. So this is the best way for me. You might be able to cut it without cutting into your tab. If you, maybe a different type of cutter might work better for that, but I don't want to buy another cutter. I'm just going to use my scissors. It's quick enough, so no big deal. All right, that one's done. You don't have to round the corners, but I like how the corners look. It kind of looks like a, let's see, how do the corners look on these? Well, this one is squared off. See, this is the one from Dollar Tree, and this corner looks like that. Kind of weird, but, and then the other one from Walmart. Let's see. Let me grab one. This has the fancy corner. I could do that. They have the fancy corner on all of these. Oh, we should try that. Let's see, is there one we didn't do yet? Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it on this one. So I rounded those corners. We'll try the fancy corner like this on all of these corners. Let's see if I've never done that before. So yeah, I'm just at the point where I'm cutting or rounding the corners. So all I would do to do that is put it in here and put it, let's see, I have to lift my tab up here. Oh no, I can turn it like this. Well, either way I have to lift the tab up. Okay. So, okay. But it'll lift up. It just lifted up over this little ledge here. Put your squared off, point into the middle of your punch board punch. There we go. And then fancy corner, fancy corner. We're getting fancy. That is cute. Well, I'm glad I looked at those folders to see how they were done. Now it's even more professional, right? So that's pretty adorable. So we've got our fancy corners. So either way, maybe you don't like the fancy corners and you like the rounded corners. But either way, it's pretty cute, I think. Okay, so that's how these look. We have a minute to make maybe 3 more. So those are really awesome, right? Aren't they cute? I just want to sit here and play with them. They're so cute. Okay, so we got 3 more. Let's see. And the flowered one. Okay, so that psychedelic one, that was from Walmart. I mean from Dollar Tree, and this one's from Dollar Tree. So let's see if we can get faster at this as we're getting our groove here. Getting in the groove. So 3.5. Let's see if I can figure out. I think I'm measuring. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So 3.5. Let's see how these flowered ones turn out. So there it is. And I'm trying to think of a more expedient way to do this. I could cut off the 1/2 inch before I cut it, right? Yeah, let's try it. Let's do a little experiment here and see if we can make this even a faster process. So cut off the 1/2 inch now. This is the front. Cut off the 1/2 inch. Let me measure. And then we won't have to put each one back in here and cut. So is that a 1/2 inch? Let me make sure. A little bit hard to see over there. I think I got it a little, like a hair short of a 1/2 inch. And let me make sure it's straight onto my little stop here. Okay, now it's bigger than a 1/2 inch, so I'm gonna have to pull it down a little. Okay, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off the front instead of putting each individual file folder in here to cut off the 1/2 inch of the front of the file folder. We did it all at one time, so we have one long strip now instead of all the little ones, so that could come in more handy. So there we go, and now we need to cut the individual pieces. So 4 inches. It's a little, there we go. Yeah, I have had these file folders. I don't even know how many years I've had these file folders. I've had them for years. I've had them, I'm going to guess, at least 3 years, but it could have been 5 years for all I know. I haven't been buying them for a couple years. These are all bought before 2 years ago, I'm going to say. And they could even be like 3 to 5 years ago. All right, there's our pieces. Pretty quick, right? If I wasn't on video and talking and kind of trying to do 2 things at one time, I could probably do them a little faster. So again, with the, I guess I could go ahead and try to put some on the right side. Let's try these on the right side, just for something a little different. So all you do is just the opposite. There's my corner. And then you turn it over and put it on the 2, just like you did on the other side. Then you have your tab over on the right. So yeah, gotta remember what I'm doing. Doing tabs on the right now. So same thing, like this. Okay, and then let's do this one in the middle. So that's a little bit trickier. Let's see, I haven't done one in the middle in a long time because it's just easier to do them on one side or the other. But let's kind of, let's see. This is 4 inches. So if I go in, let's do it about right there. If I totally mess this up, I can throw it in the trash, right? Okay, and then, like, you don't have to have it any certain, yeah, probably should have been over a little bit. No, yeah, so I'm just going to do it like this. It's over too far. If I make it like that, it's just going to be a weird little thing on the end. So I'm just going to make this, you know what, I'm going to make it like this. No, that's going to be too small. Sorry, I'm to be so indecisive. Because I did this one different. So see, now it's a bigger tab. So I'll do one in the middle sometime. Probably not today. So this one's a little, how I would cut off the, so I'm right-handed, so I don't feel like I can cut from this side. So I just go like this from my little, you know, dip here. Go like this from the dip. This is actually a little easier to get it straight, and then go over. Okay, like that. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. It's actually a little faster, isn't it? Cutting from the dip because it's kind of easier to get a straight line that way. I just don't know if I can do that from the opposite side. I feel like I can't see what I'm doing. I need to see this side for some reason. Just maybe that's just me. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the regular. I like the fancy corners, but I think I like, well, you know what I like? I think I would like the fancy corner on this back piece. Let's do that. We're going to even do these a little different than the others. Fancy corner on the back piece and the rounded corners on the front. I think I might like that the best. So let's see. I like the rounded corners on all 4. Okay, so we've got fancy corners on the backs, and then we'll just do the corner rounder on the front. I think I might like that the best. There. So whatever. They all look cute, right? They all look cute, no matter how they're cornered. I just like the corner. Something done to the corners, I guess, is the point. All right, so super cute. We're about to run out of time, but I hope I haven't already run out of time because I forgot to turn my timer on. But here's the flowers. It's cute with this little, this is where the fold was naturally in the folder, and you've got that little border there. So I think those are super cute. Here's the psychedelic ones. Here's the little blingy polka dot ones. These are white inside, and these are white inside. So yeah, I have some file folders in my shop, little mini file folders made from, I think they're made from paper. I think they're all made from scrapbook paper. So those are fun too to glue down because it's, you know, easy to glue down paper, right? Or, you know, whatever you want to do with them, write a note or whatever. But I might make some of these, like I said, sometime I'll show you my file folder collection. But I might make some of these too because since I have so many file folders and I want to use them up, I might make some for my shop when I have some minutes to work on these. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little experiment here using up some of my file folders, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day and happy crafting.